been a while. Hadn't really spoken in a while, but I'm back. We'll see for how long, but time's currently 7:36, and Biden is up by a lot. He is at 264. He's set to win Nevada, which will push him over, but Nevada is a very close race, so it may go to Trump. Georgia, it's less than 1% difference now. All he needs is 13,000 votes, and he'll win Georgia, and that's going to push him way over the limit. And there's also still Pennsylvania that we're waiting on. I mean, Pennsylvania's going to take a while, but if one of these states goes blue instead of for Trump, it's over. Biden won. And I mean, it's safe to say now at this point, he's going to win. So what exactly does that mean? Well, we get Trump out of office. That's thing number one. And Trump has been a major problem, as we all know. However, Trump is not the problem. He is a symptom of an already existing problem. A lot of leftists, we already know this. We've kind of been fighting this since the beginning. A lot of people didn't want to vote for Biden because of the fact that he's part of the reason we got for Trump. And I was on that side for a while. But I eventually sucked it up. And I decided, okay, we gotta get rid of Trump. Get rid of Trump. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier to push our policies. Now, that being said, we have lost quite a few seats in the Senate. My state in particular. We lost an incumbent, which was crazy. I never thought I would see that day. But it happened. It is what it is. So what are we going to do moving forward? Well, we're going to give Biden a little time. He's obviously going to want to bring us back to the status quo. He's going to want to reverse some of the stuff that Trump has done. And that's fair. But then after that, what's he really going to do? Not a whole lot. So what is our job? Our job is going to be to primary him. There's no way we can push him left. Once he already has power, there's really nothing we can do. He's already conceding. Before the election even began, he was already conceding with Republicans to do a more whitewashed plan, to do a half measure of what he already wanted to do, which was already a half measure. So we have to give up on pushing him left. There's no way we can. We're just going to have to work. We're going to have to primary candidates. We're going to have to take control of a lot of the lower, rungs on the totem pole. Rungs, that's not it. You know what I'm trying to say, though. But yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to start from the bottom. We got to fill it up, and we got to keep working our way up. Fill the small positions. That's going to be easy. Then we just keep working our way up towards the bigger and bigger and bigger stuff. We have the people on our side. Medicare for all is extremely popular. Legalizing marijuana is extremely popular. Raising the minimum wage is extremely popular. Free college is extremely popular. You look at everything, the people are on our side. It should be very easy for us to do. Now, that being said, we can't just let this go. We can't just be like, okay, we're not going to worry about Biden. We're not going to try and push him left. At the same time, whenever he does something, talk about it. Get your voice heard. Get your perspective heard. That's how you're going to win. Because if we just sit here and we just let him do whatever he wants and we just don't say anything, well, then we're just going to have a repeat of President Trump. It's going to happen. We're going to have another one, and he's probably going to be even worse than Trump, believe it or not. So, what can we do? Well, anytime he does something, we have to hammer down and be like, hey, this is not the right thing to do. We get our voice heard. We get the facts out there. We get everything settled straight. People are going to realize, okay, what he's doing is wrong. So, we need to run somebody else. That's when, in 2024, we could get like AOC, Nina Turner, somebody like that to run and have a way better chance of winning than Bernie did. Because I doubt Bernie's going to run in 2024. I mean, he's getting up there in age. He lost 2016 and he lost 2020. There's no way he's going to run in 2024. So, moving forward, we have to We have to get our voice heard, basically. That's all we got to do. It's all we can do. It's going to be a tough road from here. But with Biden in office, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier. Because if you look, people follow trends. This is very easy to find. So when you look, why did Trump get into office? Not only just because of the fact that, the institution has been the same way for so many years, it's barely ever changed. Let's look at what actually happened. So we just came off of Bush, and then Obama got elected. So Bush got us into wars, he crashed the economy, he was a bomb thrower, basically. You didn't know what he was going to do. And a lot of times it was stupid shit what he was going to do. So then what happened? We elected Obama. He was a very safe bet. He talked about change. He seemed very presidential. Ultimately, there was not really a whole lot of change, and he ended up doing a lot of the same stuff that Bush did on way worse scales, but I digress. So, with not really a whole lot changing, what happened? Trump came out and he was like, hey, Obama's part of that institution. I'm not part of that institution. We've been playing it safe for years. We need to actually take some risk. We need to actually do shit. We don't need to serve these corporations anymore. We need to serve the people. He lied about all of that, kind of like Obama did, but on a way bigger scale. So everyone's like, okay, we're gonna go with him. Obama said he was gonna be like that, but he ended up being the same as everybody else. So why not try this guy? And then he turned out to be a major bomb thrower. He was essentially a bat out of hell. We just let him loose and he just did whatever he wanted to. You never knew what was going to happen. You were going to wake up and the first thing that you did was check Twitter to see if we got into a war with Iran. That was the thought process every single day during the Trump presidency. So now people are going to want to go back to normal. People aren't going to want all these fresh new ideas, even if it's in other countries on so many different ways. They're not going to want that. They're going to want to return back to normalcy, or they're going to want to go back to the status quo, how things were. They want things to be calm again. So we get Biden elected. Things are calm again. Now they're going to get sick of Biden. They're going to be like, damn it, this is what we got away from. So we need to try something new. And that's when we just go heavy and we just push everyone out that we can. We need to get our voices heard as much as possible. Because if we can get the facts out there, we have the statistics, we have the people on our side, we have all the information we need. We just need to actually get it out there and readily available. This is not just legislation. This is getting the way people think to change. Because a lot of people think, government bad, I don't want the government being too big. You explain to them, no, that's not what's going to happen. It's a completely different process. You get them to understand how it works, and you get them to understand it's going to not only save them money, it's going to make it easier for them. Everything is going to be better for them by doing this. We're going to have more educated people. If we can get all that information out there, it's going to be a landslide for us. We're going to have another FDR style win. You remember what happened with FDR? Like 2 states worked for him. Every single other state was for him. We can have that happen again if we get a populist in there, one who's actually going to change this country for the better and actually work for the people. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a hard road, but it's what's necessary.